Hello everyone and welcome back to another 5K tennis discussion. Here we are on Wednesday, March the 20th, 2019. And we are still relatively early in the 2019. It was funny.
We're not that early, but okay.
She always does this every time. Every time we get going, she always, gets this snap, crackle, pop, Rice Krispies laugh going on. And it makes me hard to focus.
Okay.
Well, I did beat her today 6-3 on the court, so I guess today I'm not Sharapova. Moving forward, we're not going to dwell on that because no one cares. I'm just telling you.
That's why he mentioned it. Okay.
6-3.
No one cares, but he mentioned just one set that we played. But that's fine. Let's go.
We are here for show number 51. That is 51. Go. And we have a lot to talk about. A lot to talk about. And it's the first day in Miami, and there are still matches ongoing, but there's still a lot to talk about.
Yes, there is.
Real quickly, just a brief kind of synopsis of what we're gonna do today is number one, we're gonna jump right into the Miami Open and see, why do you do this to me?
I'm just smiling.
Yeah, but I can feel the vibration of laughing through my left shoulder, which makes me hit unforced errors.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I mean, come on, it's like a hindrance.
Okay.
Jeez. All right, so we're going to jump into the Miami Open, and starting off with those viewers that made submissions that involved the YTEX strings and apparel giveaway for the Miami Open first and second round. So we're going to jump into that first.
Okay.
Then we're going to follow that up with a really good topic that involves the likes of Roger Federer and his outlook for his kids, his double sets of twins that it doesn't look like they will be learning the one-handed backhand. They will be learning the two. Go figure. We will then read a comment from a viewer, and we'll mention the whole deal when we get there. But we're going to read a comment. The last show we had inquired, where was Laszlo Djere, the Serbian player, after such a strong early season? We did not see him in this draw, so we're going to read a comment from someone in the mix of things in that neck of the woods.
Right.
Then we are going to jump into match results as we as they unravel. We have an iPad over there?
Yes.
Sorry, I'm not the technical guru. I just know there's a square device over there with a screen on it, and we're going to check scores while they unfold.
Okay.
Got it?
Yes.
Go. And as usual, there will be a link that flashes above that will suggest videos for you to see. If you don't see that suggested videos deal that pops up there, then you may not be watching it direct onto YouTube, or you might be seeing it from an external source. So if we say suggested videos up top and they don't show up, then it might just be I don't know the word.
Well, usually you could see it on a computer, on a mobile device, but if you're watching it on television, you cannot see it. Or if you're going from an outside source, you cannot see it.
There you have it. Yeah. All right. Carla, let's go ahead and jump right in and begin with the viewer submissions from yesterday. And in case you missed yesterday, Carla and I, with the YTEX apparel and strings that you see on the table and other stuff that we have, we came up with the prize giveaway that was your pick of either a YTEX strings t-shirt, or a set of strings. And again, here's a few of them on the table, and we do have more. And that was to whomever would submit the biggest upset in the first round and in the second round.
And in the second round?
And in the second round.
Okay, yeah, because there are top seed, like some of our viewers said, there are top seed players who have a bye in the first round, so the second round would really be their first round.
Yes, I think yesterday I got ahead of myself, so I'm going to honor exactly what I said. There are a couple viewers that have matches in play later tonight in the first round, the true first round, not including those players that have a bye, which inevitably would have their really first round match in the second round.
So how we're doing two prizes then?
We're going to do two
first
prizes
rounds and the second round. Okay.
Yeah, and we'll get into the two viewers that have plays going tonight. And then we do have some that have already plays for the second round.
Yeah, I think one person.
One person already bit the dust on that one.
Oh.
Let's go. All right, so first submission was yesterday from Argus Jagomar, and we're going to really dig into Argus today on this show, but at a later portion of the show.
Later portion.
But he submitted a first-round upset by stating that Arina Bagu from Romania would beat Andreescu, Bianca Andreescu.
That's a good pick. I actually like that pick. It's very possible that she can lose because she's tired.
I still don't think it will happen, but nonetheless,
I think it's a good one.
I would, yeah. I mean, it's risky.
No, not as risky. No, I believe that she could lose tonight.
I think Andreescu would lose to Kenin eventually, but I do not think that Andreescu will lose to Arina Bagu tonight. If so, then Arvis is in play for one of the YTEX t-shirts. Second submission was from last night, and that's Sergin Jovanovic, who anticipated that Olga Danilovic would take out Kvitova in the second round. I mentioned earlier today on a message that, well, first, she had to get through Sakari, and that she did not. Didn't happen.
Sorry.
Great.
Had a chance, though. She let the match go.
Had a chance, and while on topic with Sakari.
And she's Serbian. I didn't know she was Serbian.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hence why he's going to let us know about Jaziri, I think, or maybe it was Stefan Izovic.
It was Stefan Izovic.
Either way, credible facts from those guys when it comes to Serbian tennis.
Yes.
But I'm not a huge fan of Sakari, and if you're new to the show, the reason why is because she always tends to hit off of her back foot. She won the match. I personally, I'm not familiar with Danilovic, and I'm glad we got some feedback on her before the match started. I knew a little bit of Sakari, and I knew she might be a tough customer, but again, I'm not a big fan because her game is so tight. She's very mechanical.
Yes. Too much muscle on the top.
Yeah,
she needs to be a little bit softer.
And a little bit more fluid. We talked about this before, so we won't dwell on it. But unfortunately, Sergin, for you, Sakari took out your dream pick on the t-shirt there on the women's side. Also, Sergin Jovanovic has another Serbian player, Dusan Lajovic, beating Nishikori in the second round. Okay? Good pick. But again, Lajovic, just like Danilovic, will have to get through a qualifier in order to get there. So we'll see what happens there with the second pick.
Sure.
Stefan Nizovic has a first-round play going on later on this evening. I think it starts at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. He has number 79 in the world, Nicholas Jarry, who Carla said on a previous show when she looked at what country he was from. She looked at a CHI, so she spit out China. And we wonder how Nicholas Jarry is from China with a name like Nicholas Jarry. Well, we know now he's from Chile.
Yes, their match hasn't started yet.
Starts at 6 o'clock, but he has Nicholas Jarry taking out Chardy. Now, I will say that between the two viewers that have a play tonight, that is Arbis with Andreescu losing to Bagu, and the other person in play, Stefan Izovic, having Chardy losing to Jarry. I think if both of those are upsets, I think the Andreescu upset would be bigger.
It would be bigger, yes.
But if Andreescu wins and Chardy actually falls to Jarry, then hypothetically that was a really smart pick by Stefan, and he would absolutely win tonight's prize giveaway.
Yeah. And he's a tennis player, so I'm guessing he's probably going to go for the strings.
Best of lucks, guys. Best of lucks. Yeah, Stefan, I think he's in California at this point.
No, Stefan?
Stefan?
No, he's in Serbia.
Okay, no, it was Kane that was in California,
Yes.
Kane Surjanovic. We haven't heard from him in a little while.
Yes.
Anyway, I'll go with the strings. YTEX has some great stuff, and we'll definitely get those to you. Furzy09 gave us his finals picks for this tournament, but did not give us any first and second round upsets.
He still has a chance because second round doesn't play till tomorrow. You guys still have a chance. There's still people who have a chance. The second round is tomorrow. So if you submit it tonight, right?
Yeah. The second round doesn't start till tomorrow, and then for some, even the next day.
Right.
Okay? Furzy09's finals picks are the following. Belinda Bencic will take out Kerber in the final. Novak Djokovic will defeat Roger Federer in the final. Nice picks. Strong. I can't ebb and flow either way. I think they're pretty good.
Yeah, I'm just writing scores down right now.
Shout out to Rajesh Kumar, who was in India. Otherwise, his picks would be here. He's taking care of his father. Hope your travels are well, Rajesh. And I know you and Carla speak often. Much love. Hope your father's great, and can't wait till you're back in the Houston area. All right?
Yes.
Let's go. And best of luck to your dad there. Andreescu, by the way, who is the one viewer that bet me that Roger Federer wouldn't win the French Open. If Roger Federer does win the French Open, he will be in a really kind of bad situation, because we will find something for him to do that all of us can see. That will be quite comical, I can promise you. On the flip side of that, if Roger Federer does not win the French Open, then that duty falls upon me. Carla did it last year, and maybe I can find a link of something that looks something like that I will do, if that made any sense while I was writing. What I will do if Roger Federer doesn't win the French, or something along the lines of what Andreescu will do if he does, if he does win the French. He chose a finals of Djokovic defeating Federer as well. All right, Wayne Chia. He didn't put any picks, but Wayne Chia, again, longtime viewer, longtime patriot of the channel. But Wayne Chia said to tell everybody, Djokovic will be out of the tournament before the semifinals. Thunder Talk BR in Brazil, basketball fan. We were talking basketball earlier. Gave a final submission of Novak Djokovic defeating the young Sasha or Alexander Zverev. And Serena defeating Petra Kvitova, with Serena obviously winning on the women's side. Let's go. Anthony Pinsu. Fun guy. Love talking to this guy. Has Halep defeating Andreescu in the final. I guess, Arvis, I hope you don't think that will happen. Just saying.
Wow.
Arvis has Andreescu losing in the first round, and this guy has, or Anthony, not this guy, Anthony, I didn't mean to say that. Anthony Pachu has Andreescu going to the final. So, two sides of the spectrum here. I think she's out in like the second or third round.
Yeah.
I'm right in the
middle.
middle.
See. Anything can happen.
But he has Halep beating Andreescu and Halep returning to #1 in the world again. All right, topic number 1. You ready, Carla? We're at about 12 minutes and 20 seconds. Yeah, we're at about 12 minutes and 20 seconds, so we're going to ramp into this topic. This should be a good one.
Go ahead.
Topic number 1. Roger Federer is all in on his kids using a two-handed backhand.
Yikes.
Starting off, why do I not like the...
Well, wait a minute. I think Shapovalov got on his case, and he said, I understand it's a tough shot to learn, and yes, the high balls are tough to hit. But why wouldn't you teach the one-handed backhand when it's so beautiful and so effective, and you can hit many more angles than you can with a two-handed backhand?
I love that statement. She is correct. Now, lest we not forget, Carla hits a two-handed backhand.
I did hit a one-handed backhand. When I was playing on Challengers, my coach at that time changed me to a one-handed backhand. And there is more variety. Is it tough to teach? Yes. Is it tough to learn? Yes. But if you do master it, it's a beautiful shot.
Why I don't like the two-handed backhand in a nutshell. Number 1, for me, it's very tight. It's a restricted shot. If I'm running after a ball, by the way, I've never in my life hit a two-handed backhand ever once, unless for some reason I'm like in no man's land, stuck, and I get a ball that maybe immediately, granted I should have had better feet or footwork, but if I'm in no man's land and I got a ball that's almost by me and I can't get my right arm across with my one hand, maybe I'll grab the left hand and just try to get it over the net. But personally, I don't like it. It's restricted. I don't think it even looks nice at all to look at. It's just an ugly shot for me. It's not fun to look at. It's not fun to hit, at least for me. It's very restricting. I have to move my feet more to get to the ball. With one hand, I can reach out there and get it, save myself footwork and footsteps over a long match.
I can tell you, because I'm a two-handed backhand player, and I played with one, and I can tell you the one-handed does save you a lot more time, and you can change your mind and slice, drop it. I mean, there's more variety to it. Yeah.
If you are neutral on a tennis court, center hash mark, and you are running 2 extra steps off your backhand wing every shot in order to hit the two-handed backhand, and you add that up over maybe 2 out of 3 long sets or 3 out of 5 long sets, holy footwork adding up, Batman. It saves you a lot of time on the backhand side. Yes, it takes more practice, in my opinion.
It does. I think Wesley Baptiste, he has an academy, and he has a tennis magazine, a digital magazine called Serve It Up Tennis Magazine. And I think he featured our daughter one-handed backhand. She started when she was 6 with a one-handed backhand.
Yes, just sorry.
And she
hold that thought. We have 5 kids,
Yeah.
16, 14, 9, 6, and 3, and they all hit one-handed backhand.
And he said it's never too young. People are too scared. I know a lot of coaches over there have their opinions about, oh, it can hurt their wrists. In the long term, they'll have more injuries. They're not strong enough to do it. My 6-year-old got a hang of it pretty quickly.
Our 3-year-old
and our
too.
6-year-old right now, who started a year maybe before, right, has a hang of it. And I've let the 2-year-old hit a two-handed, but he's starting to let go of it on his own. So
well, yeah, exactly. So
I don't think it's a tough shot. I just think coaches don't want to break it down, and they don't want to take the extra time that it requires to learn.
you know, maybe one day we should do a video on court breaking down the one-handed backhand. Oh, wait a minute, didn't we already do that?
We did.
I think we did that a while ago.
It just takes. I don't think coaches have the patience or the time to want to teach the one-handed backhand. They just want the kids to put the two-handed automatically on there.
For me, it's awkward looking, and again, I know the majority of female tennis players hit with the two hands, but let's look at the hen-ins in the grass.
And look at her size. She was 5'6", 125 pounds to 130 pounds, and she could hit the ball really hard with a one-handed.
Until a certain point in time in history, the thought of a two-handed backhand was preposterous. It wasn't until, and I don't want to throw out the
Didn't
gears,
they play with woodies, which are really heavy on the arm, with a one-handed? So why couldn't we do it with these new rackets that are bigger and lighter? And I don't get it.
Moving back to the topic of Roger Federer, though, this is a quick bit of advice, or not advice, but my thoughts to Roger Federer and his kids and Mirka, respectively. The mighty Roger Federer epitomizes a beautiful one-handed backhand. Why wouldn't we teach it? So I'm going to stop with that thought. Why wouldn't one of the most lovely one-handed backhands in all of tennis? Granted, we have Edbergs and Sampras's and Budges and Lavers, and the list goes on. But since Roger is obviously clouded in his thoughts about this, I figured I would instill some acting or some, what's the word for it? Some charades, maybe, of how the two hands is actually limiting on the tennis player in case Roger Federer has forgotten this. He's played for a while. He's been out of the deal, maybe, of the coaching for a while, and has been being coached. Maybe he has forgotten.
Maybe he needs Stan Wawrinka to teach his kids how to hit a one-handed backhand, because he can hit a beautiful one-handed backhand.
Well, why don't we show Roger some ideas of how the two-handed backhand is restricting in case he's forgotten? Yeah. Okay?
Well, I think he did start with two-handed and then went to a one-handed for a reason.
All right, here we go. I brush my teeth. Brush my teeth with one hand. Okay? Have you ever tried to brush your teeth with two hands? It's kind of restricting. I don't have the freedom of movement here. I don't have the up and down brushes. It's more of a restricted. It's kind of feel like I'm sledgehamming my face into the wall. Okay? Roger, don't forget about the toothbrush. Number 2. Let's say I got a plate of noodles. All right, I'm fixing to go eat some noodles. Restaurant, I got one hand on it. Eating some noodles, okay? Why don't I go for the two-handed noodle eat? In case I get mad, just throw some noodles over my shoulder. Anyway, all right, number 3. I go to class, I'm taking notes, go to a lecture, I'm trying to, understand things and try to keep some notes going. I grab my pen, my lucky pen, one-hander, right? Okay? Let me go ahead and get that 2 hands on it. Do you feel what I'm saying? It's a restricting movement. There's no need for it. You can flow much better with the one. So I'm with Shapovalov on this comment. Now, lastly, when we play tennis, we go shake hands at the net. Well, we shake one-handed, right? Nice match. Thank you. I enjoyed beating you 6-3 today. That went really well. However, what if we shook hands with 2 hands? And because we're going to go ahead and throw an extra hand on it, let's just dump a screech into it. So I don't like screeching if you follow the channel. Some people are so oblivious to grunting. Anything that comes out of the mouth during a point, it's all a screech, okay? So let's just put that into context here. Anything out of the mouth during a point is a screech. So if we're going to throw a left hand on the racket or a right hand on the racket, depending on left hand or right hand on the backhand side, When we shake hands at the net, let's do a double handshake with 2 hands and then a grunt. You ready? Can you do this with me?
I'm going to try.
Well, nice match, Carla. I really enjoyed beating you 6-3 today. Let's go ahead and shake hands. I mean, if you're going to throw a second hand on the racket, screech and double handshake, we'll call it a day.
All right, that was good.
Roger Federer, please remember this. This is important stuff. So maybe you'll remember that your kids just need the one hand on the racket. All right, next segment.
Yes.
This comment is going to be read in its entirety, and this comment comes from Stefan Nizovic. And the last show, which we can tell that he watched it in its entirety, because we mentioned in our predictive draws, or Carla did actually, that where is Laszlo Djere, a Serbian player that had a really hot early season, faced off against Auger Aliassime, the Canadian player, who, by the way, just made it into the main draw.
Yeah.
So Laszlo Djere, we were wondering where he went. So we have an answer for that, and this is quoted, not from us, not from our research, but from Stefan Nizovic. Let's go.
He says, Djere is feeling exhausted after 3 tournaments, where he did very good, but he had problems with cramps during Indian Wells. It looks like he needs some rest. So he decided to fly back to Serbia, to his tradition, here to welcome and make public party for people. He decided to fly back to Serbia to his hometown Senta, where people made a warm welcome for him on a public square. It is some kind of tradition here to welcome and make public party for people who achieve something in sport. His favorite surface is clay, so he wants to get some rest and concentrate on clay tournaments. He said his goal is to reach top 20 soon. Hope he can do it. He deserves it.
There you go.
Very good comment.
That's awesome. That gets comment of the day, by the way. That was something that Carla, we were sitting upstairs last night or the night before, I can't remember, and she asked this question. She was looking it up to find out.
Yes,
and she could find nothing. So this was great research, or just being there and being in the middle of Serbia, I guess, or somewhere thereabouts. But
that's a good decision on his part.
Yeah, I agree with the decision,
yeah.
But I mean, more importantly, thank you, Stefan, for the comment, to have watched our show to the end, and to let us all know why Laszlo Djere wasn't there, and hopefully we see a lot from him in clay court season.
Definitely.
All right, Carl, let's jump into the Miami Open and results today, and then maybe some upcoming matches that we still haven't seen. Don't forget that we still have 2 players, our viewers, with matches that will potentially win T-shirts as we roll through today. So keep your eyes out for that. Tomas Berdych is out. This was an interesting move for me.
Yeah. He probably saw Djokovic on his side and said, you know what? I'm going to give him some more rest.
Yeah, I give this back injury here a big I give it a
Well, there were 2 lucky people, because also Hyen Chung withdrew also. So there was another person that was put in his position. Well, Taro Daniel moved on because he did not play, but there was somebody else who withdrew, I think, as well.
So I think Daniel Evans from Great Britain gets one of the lucky loser spots. I think Mackenzie McDonald, the former college player,
today, but he got
a lucky loser spot.
And I told Justin, I disagree. I thought Tsonga, who lost today, should have gotten that. But
well, I think that between Mackenzie McDonald and Daniel Evans, that they've been a little bit more active on tour, and therefore are probably a little bit more deserving of the wild card. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know Tsonga is arguably the better player.
Tsonga lost to Pablo Cuevas from Argentina today.
2 veterans.
Yeah.
2 veterans for sure.
Yeah.
But the problem, not problem, but I think the reason why Tomas Berdych pulls out of the tournament is because he knows that he's going to face Djokovic in the second round after Djokovic comes off his bye. I think we can all say at this point in time that that would have been about a 3-3, maybe a 6-4, 6-4, maybe at best a 5-5 type win. So with traveling, hotel rooms, Berdych's age, etc., I can imagine that Berdych is like, yeah, let's just toss in the back injury, save the money, let's just chill, because I really don't have any expectations to go through. It was going to be a qualifier he was facing, I think. I don't recall. I don't think it was in his best interest to play.
No, he was going to face Bernard Tomic.
Tomic could have been a tough match.
Yeah.
He could have lost that match, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't think so, but he could have. And then to have to go into go from a pretty tough match into a match against Djokovic. Probably smart that he gives a lucky loser an opportunity to face off against Djokovic.
Whoever Tomic faces, Evans or Mackenzie, will be a tough battle for him anyway. So
yeah, I mean for sure.
Yeah.
But either way, Berdych, I think, probably exaggerated the back here.
Yeah.
Just to simply kind of say, oh, wait a minute.
Well,
expenses versus prize money,
sure.
Type deal.
Well, let's get some tennis news. It looks like Simona Halep has a new coach. He's Romanian. His name is Daniel Dobre. She says she feels comfortable with him and has worked with him before. So we'll see how it goes for her.
I wish her the best.
Yeah. Well, on to qualifying rounds. I'm just going to name a few people that have won pretty quick so we can get into the main draw. Victorija Golubic moved on today.
She's a Swiss player?
Swiss player.
Good.
Kai Kanepi from Estonia won today.
Kanepi's tough.
And Taylor Townsend from the USA.
Wish
moved
her
on.
luck.
So these are the women. From the men, Prahesh Gunswaran from India moved on today.
Guneswaran, the Indian player, my son and I caught a glimpse of about a year ago, and we're saying good things about his court conduct, and I'm glad to see this kid still popping up in tennis news, right?
Yes. Radu Albat from Moldova moved on today. As I said, Pablo Cuevas.
Scruffy beard. He's got the beard. Watch out for the beard. Albat plus scruffy beard means potential devastation.
Pablo Cuevas beat Zonka today. He moves on. Hein Chung withdrew, so Taro Daniel moves on.
And it's too bad to see Chung.
He has not been able to recover.
Continuing with some injuries. Hung Chung, by the way, had a deep U.S. Open run. I don't think it was last year. I think it was
a couple of years
the year
ago.
before.
And he looks out of shape, and he hasn't been back to full.
Yeah, he's had a tough go. I like the kid, though. He's got good court conduct as well, which I think is huge. So we wish the best for this kid, Chung. I hope to see him back.
Felix Auger-Aliassime moves on from Canada.
Good qualifying round.
And Ryan Opelka moves on as well from the USA.
We'll see what happens with Opelka. You know my feeling on big servers.
Yeah, and then we had quite a few American qualifiers that went out today. We had Bjorn Frontangelo, Noah Rubin, Mackenzie McDonald, who got lucky and got a wild card.
So three American qualifiers.
And Mitchell Kruger went out.
So 4 American qualifiers lost. One of them gets a lucky loser, but wait a minute. Opelka won. So we had 5 qualifiers. All of them lost but one. So one of them goes through, and then we get a lucky loser from another.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, on to the matches today.
Let's go.
The women's matches. Katerina Sienakova from the Czech Republic defeated her opponent Zheng Zhazai from China. And will face off Anastasia Sevastova. Good match for her. Sevastova is going to be pretty tough for her, I think.
Sevastova. Who won that match?
Sienakova.
Yeah, Sienakova was a good player, by the way.
She's been around. She's a doubles player, too.
Yeah, you have to watch out for her in any draw, by the way.
Yeah, definitely. Amanda Anisimova, I watched this match from the beginning to the end. The 17-year-old defeated Andrea Pekovic 6-4, 6-3, and will face Annette Kontaveit. And she was playing on her hometown because she's from there. Or not from there, but lived there since she was 3 years old.
I had in my draw, my first loss handed to me here. I had Petkovic winning this match. She was outclassed by the 17-year-old. Nice to see the 17-year-old through, but I've had
Petkovic looks burnt out to me, honestly.
Petkovic has always been good for the game. Everything I've ever read, seen, or myself watched from Petkovic is positive. She brings positive thoughts to the court, win or lose. I don't think I've ever seen Petkovic bring negative energy to the crowd, to the locker room, to her opponent.
No, she's always been a good player to watch.
And a great steward of the game. I've always been a fan of Petkovic. I hope Petkovic at some point ends her career with a bang, and I thought she had a good chance of it here, but it just didn't happen.
Okay, Julia Pontinseva from Kazakhstan defeated the veteran Kirsten Flipkens from Belgium and will face off Belinda Bencic from Switzerland. Kind of surprising. You would expect the Flipkens to win that match.
Flipkens is a tricky player. She had a great tournament the last tournament, right?
Yes, she did. I was a bit surprised she lost, but hey, you know, it's kind of hard when they have back-to-back tournaments, in my opinion.
Flipkens is a fun player. We both thought when we did our draws before this tournament started that Flipkens had a fighting chance to do anything.
Sure.
It just didn't happen here as well.
Maria Sakkari from Greece defeated the Serbian young player Olga Danilovic in 3 sets and will face Petra Kvitova from the Czech Republic. I think Petra Kvitova will win that match.
Yeah, I think that Kvitova will win this.
Her speed will be too fast, and when you're hitting off your back foot, right, and someone's hitting that hard and flat, very tough to get it back.
I think Kvitova takes this maybe 2 and 3.
Sure. Sarah Sorribes from Spain defeated Alexandra Krunic in 3 sets and will face Dana Venkic from Croatia.
You know, Krunic at this point,
she had a promising career, and then it just kind of...
Yeah, I didn't even write this down. I knew the results of this match. But Krunic, I think, at this point, has to be on an incredible losing streak. And maybe we can get a comment going on this. How many matches in a row at the tournament or the WTA level, not challengers or whatever, but I think that falls into place as well. How many matches in a row has Krunic lost? I want to say, and I may be exaggerating this way too far, but I want to say she's lost like 12 in a row on tour.
Yeah, I don't know. This was another match that I was a bit nervous. She didn't look quite as she did against Serena. Victoria Azarenka from Belarus defeated Dominika Sivulkova from Slovakia in 3 sets.
That was a good match.
Very shaky match.
That was a great match.
Shaky match. Dominika gave it her all, but at the end, Azarenka won and will face Carolina Garcia, the 19th seed in this tournament, and Azarenka has a good chance, which is why I picked her to win this tournament.
Azarenka, I think, is a bold pick, a really gutsy pick to win this tournament.
Well, it was Serena or Azarenka, and I went with Azarenka.
Look, I'm fixing to agree with the boldness of it. I think it was a great venture. You'll look like a rock star if you get this right. However, I think actually she has a good chance. Why? Why do I think that? Number one, her squeal is so loud.
But she's won this tournament 3 times as well.
3 times, and she's done something called the Sunshine Double. And if you don't know what the Sunshine Double is, I'll tell you. But the reason why Azarenka has probably some of the highest expectations for this tournament is when you have an overwhelming screech like she has, it puts the opponent on their heels from an audible standpoint.
He's on a roll today.
Yeah, if you hit the ball with an incredible amount of squeal, not spin, control, or comfort like you get from YTEX stuff, right? You get a lot of spin, control, and comfort and durability from YTEX stuff. But what you get from Azarenka's squeal is absolute destruction of the eardrums. If you don't have eardrums, you can't hit forehands and backhands.
Diana Yevstrenska, the 18-year-old from Ukraine, defeated Ekaterina Alexandrova from Russia pretty easily and will meet Ashley Barty from Australia. I think Yevstrenska has a great chance to beat Barty. I know someone picked Barty to go all the way, and I think it was Arvis. I'm sure it was Arvis.
The year of Barty, I think, or the tournament of Barty, I think.
Not unless she learns how to hit a backhand and not just slice the whole time. Just saying. She's not Steffi Graf.
Look, Yastrenska is going to be dangerous to anybody.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I wish Barty well. I think Barty may squeak by Yastrenska, but if Yastrenska wins this match, don't say I didn't tell you so.
Samantha Stosur, the veteran from Australia, defeated Rodina from Russia and will face Madison Keys. I think Madison Keys will win that. Honestly, Stosur did not look good, in my opinion, even though she won easily.
I agree with you here.
She played a player that used to be really good 6 years ago, but is now mom and looked like she was a bit out of shape.
For the past, say, decade, I've been a Stosur fan. She's always knocked me for that.
Oh, I actually rooted for her when she won the U.S. Open.
Against Serena.
Against Serena. I wanted her to win that. I thought she deserved it since she lost at the French Open final against Schiavone and should have won that.
But now she just knocks me for like a year after that.
She's 35. She just doesn't look like she used to.
I'm glad Stosur won here. I do have Madison Keys in my draw going deep. I have Madison Keys going to the quarterfinals and losing to Kvitova, so I hope Keys wins. But hey, great job for Stosur.
Magdalena Rybarikova from Slovakia defeated Natalia Vykliantseva from Russia and will face Julia Gorgas from Germany. She's a veteran. She's 30 years old. And, I mean, she's got a good chance, but I think Gorgas, with her seats, should win that match.
Whoever wins that match between Rybarikova and Julia Gorgas will face off between the winner of Azarenka and Garcia. I know this may sound like an upset, Azarenka beating Garcia, but really it's not. The French girl Garcia has done, in my opinion, not really much of anything except accumulate points, right? I think Azarenka, who has won this 3 times and who has won the Sunshine Double, which is winning the Indian Wells tournament and then going into Miami, almost a full month of tennis and winning them both on a hard court. Azarenka has done the Sunshine Double. I think that even though she's not seeded Azarenka, I think she's going to destroy Garcia and move into the 3rd round and face probably Julia Gorgas.
Well, Vera Lapko from Belarus and Alice Cornet were currently playing. They were on their set. Matches were suspended due to rain.
Again?
Again.
We had a rain day yesterday that let us get caught up a little bit.
Yes. The winner of that will face off Andreescu from Romania.
By the way, I'm sure we're about to move to the men's side.
Yes.
Check out how many young Chinese girls, all with the last name Wang, are doing damage on tour right now.
Okay.
So remember, I think
I'm going to name one right now.
Go.
Monica Puig from Puerto Rico went down to Xia Wang from China, the 17-year-old, 6'3", 6'1".
Kind of odd seeing.
And she'll face Kiki Bertens.
It was kind of odd seeing Sloane Stephens' coach going out onto court and then coaching Monica Puig on the sideline. I kept saying, "Oh, how was Sloane doing?" Because I would see the coach while I was on the stringer, and I would think that it was Sloane Stephens, but then I had to remember that it was Puig.
Marketa Vondrosa, the 19-year-old, took out Barbara Strykova and will face off Yelena Ostapenko from Latvia. By the way, the rest of the matches are all suspended, so we won't have any. Who knows if we'll even have matches tonight.
By the way, I have the young girl Vondrousova. I have Vondrousova going all the way and meeting Sloane Stephens in the 4th round.
Well, let's go on to the men's. This was a good match. Janko Tipsarevic, the 34-year-old, who's been through 7 surgeries, who has not won a match for a long time, been in and out of the tour, defeated Bradley Claude from the USA, 6-2, 6-3, and will face Roberto Bautista Agut from Spain. He said he will play tennis 2 more years.
I love this guy, always have. Who was it, by the way, Carla, that indicated to us that you and I were just absolutely on cloud 999 and were just beside crazy to pick Tipsarevic to win his match because he has done nothing in so long? Who was that?
Arvis Jagomar said that Tipsarevic had less than 50% chance against Klein. And now, we went back and forth. He says he's 100% sure that Roberto Augusta will win this match.
First of all, Arvis, we love you a lot and have for a lot of years, but it's always nice to, you beat us a lot in our fantasy league, but it's really nice to get this win, so I'm going to cherish this win for a moment. I'd like to thank all of you, my camp, my window, because to finally...
He's a big bracket.
He's a bracketologist.
Yeah, he studies percentages.
And he's really good
at it. So it's good to win this one.
It's really good to win this. I'm going to cherish this win. This is one of my career wins in our career here. And it's really nice. And we thank everyone for your support and taking Arvis down and his statistical analysis of Tipsarevic.
And he said, let's not jump to it. Let's not jump to it. Because he hasn't beaten Roberto Bautista Agut.
Yeah. Now, Arvis has now said that Bautista Agut has a 100% chance of 100, not 99.7. 100. So if Bautista Agut by chance loses to Tipsarevic, this is going to be an interesting show the next time we chat about that match. Be warned, Arvis. Be warned.
Guido Andreescu from Argentina defeated Mikhail Kukushkin from Kazakhstan and will face Fabio Fognini from Italy.
The perfect beard is going to get tested.
Oh, yeah. Franco Del Bonis from Argentina defeated Peter Goyezik from Germany in 2 sets. And Misha Zverev from Germany defeated Nicholas Kuhn. Due to retirement, they were on the 3rd set. It was 2-2. Poor kid fell flat. He went just straight down. He was cramping up.
Yeah,
right?
He went into extreme cramps in the quadriceps. Now, that's an extremely painful area to cramp in.
He couldn't get up.
Been there, done that. The kid won the 1st set, lost the 2nd in a tight 7-5 set. Misha Zverev fought off 8 set points. So picture this. Young kid, and I don't know how desperately young he was, but he was a not physically fit trainer to go this deep into a tournament. So we had, his name was Kuhn, right?
Kuhn, correct.
So the kid takes the 1st set, I think it was 6-4, has 8 match points in the 2nd set against the serving volleying Misha Zverev, does not convert any of the 8 match points, not break points, match points.
He's from Spain, by the way.
Spanish young man. He gets into the 3rd set, 2-2, cramps up so bad he can't even bend his legs and has to fall over. I know this. It's excruciating pain. I wish him the best, but hey, digging deep into a 3rd set in Miami.
Well, didn't they say Misha saved 8
match points?
8 match points, and he finally broke his losing streak. Well, he'll face Nicolas Basilashvili. It's going to be a tough match.
Basilashvili is going to be, in my opinion, way too much for Misha Zverev. I think Basilashvili will win this easily.
Agree. Also, Roberto Carbellas Baenas defeated Denis Kudla from the USA.
He will face off against Borna Coric next, too. By the way, Borna Coric, I have going very deep in this tournament. I have Borna Coric going to the semifinals to play Djokovic. Wow. So, again, if my draw is going to hold fast right here, then I really hope that Coric doesn't get bounced by him.
We have one more match. Hubert Hurkacz defeated Matteo Berrettini and will face Dominic Thiem.
Who's playing Coric? Okay, Carbias being. Okay, got you.
Yeah, so Hurkacz and Thiem will be facing off each other.
This guy, Hurkacz, by the way, the Polish kid, This guy can play.
He can play, and I think he could beat Thiem, actually.
He could beat him. Mm-hmm. Do I think he will beat Thiem? No. Do I think he could? He has a chance. He has a chance. Do I think he will? I do not. I think Thiem rolls through that match. Maybe in 3 sets, but I think he's ultimately too much.
And currently, Ivashka and Fabiano. Ivashka won the first set 6-4. Fabiano was up 3-0 in the second, but match was suspended. So, that's it for the...
That's the matches,
Hopefully they get to restart the matches, because there's Andreescu that we're waiting to play. In the men's side, we have, let's see, do we have any more interesting matches coming up? I think we do.
Who we got coming up? That's delayed or hasn't started?
Chardy Jari is another
Jardy is in play tonight for, who is it in play for? For the t-shirt. Jari, where you at?
I think it was Stefan.
Nicholas Jari, Stefan Nizovic. If Chardy loses to Nicholas Jari, not from China, but from Chile, then that t-shirt will be yours. However, I think Arvis will have the bigger upset if Andreescu loses to Begu. Just statistically.
And we have Fritz and Martyr playing, and Copillo and Ramos Vignolas playing as well.
Okay, a couple good matches. Anything on the women's side that's upcoming?
Besides Andreescu, we have Zhang and Martic, Tomjanovic, and Friedsam, who matches were suspended as they were playing. You have T. Maria and Skibnalova and Gavrilova and Kuzmova. There's quite a few women's matches, actually. And one more, Jabeur and Van Ubang.
Van Ubang's a pretty good player.
Yeah, so there's quite a few matches. Hopefully they get through it. Otherwise, it's going to get pushed back again. It's going to be a long day tomorrow.
Well, we will see all of you tomorrow. That is it for today. As always, thanks so much to all of you. Without all of you, then there's not much of us. Again, we kind of do this every day, so some days I think we do better than we do on other days. So hopefully they kind of all gel together to be a positive experience. So some days we may be, C average, and some days maybe an A.
Well, we try to strive for A.
So we try to strive for A. So anyway, thanks so much to all of you. Stay positive.
And thanks for the subscribers and all the people that comment. It's pretty fun going back and forth with them.
Yeah, it's become a part of life in a way. So yeah, exactly. For a while we would go with a whole lot of comments and no one would really subscribe, and it's nice to see that is gaining traction.
Sure.
And thanks so much to this entire group for becoming kind of like a part of our day, every day, right?
Yes.
As always, thanks to YTEX Strings, our sponsor, and not since we started this show, by the way. Carla and I have been blessed with YTEX Strings and Apparel looking after us and our kids and our business needs for a long time. And we're happy to help us out with these prize giveaways for this tournament. So thanks so much again to YTEX Strings. Ivor Sav is the owner from South Africa. Much love. I'm not betting on Kevin Anderson, though. Anyway, have a great day, and we will see you tomorrow, and hopefully we bring you an A average. Click a like below, subscribe, and as Carla always says,
adios.
See you later.